I know it can get a bit tiring to hear me continue to bang on with the mantra of rampant money printing inflation. Well, I've been doing it for a good 12 years now, but one can tend to get lost in the detail, i.e. looking at individual stocks and assets, and forget this big picture mega trend bubbling away continuously, which really is one of rampant money printing inflation. For instance, the stimulus that all nations have implemented is far in excess of the temporary loss of GDP suffered due to COVID, i.e. the US suffered a 10% drop from peak to trough in GDP, which is about $2 trillion worth, but has printed over $5 trillion in response to, which is about 25% of GDP. That is rampant money printing stimulus. The US official CPI inflation soared like a rocket in April to 4.2% from 2.6% in March, and contrary to the talking heads in the media, this is not temporary. This is a consequence of rampant money printing, which is accelerating. Whereas PPI soared to 6.2% from 4.2% in March. So forget Dogecoin to the moon, it's more like inflation to the moon. Good stocks tend to be leveraged to rampant money printing inflation, i.e. their revenues and profits inflate. Another thing is that investors tend to get sidetracked by currency fluctuations, i.e. the sterling or dollar value of stocks. Whilst yes, it can matter in terms of timing, buying and selling, as right now is a good time for sterling investors to buy dollar assets. However, all currencies are falling together, which means that the value of good stocks is inflating. So if the dollar falls 10%, that would mean that the likes of Google will receive upwards pressure greater than 10% because the stock is leveraged to inflation. Because the drop in the dollar is not the full picture, as all currencies are perpetually falling together. For instance, Google is up about 35% year to date, so that means that the dollar has fallen 35% in value in Google terms, and similar with most of the currencies have fallen between 20 to 30% year to date in Google terms, which is why I don't focus on what stocks do in say sterling, as all currencies are falling together, other than giving a few percent discount or premium when one is actually buying or selling stocks. So next time one wonders why or how stocks or any other asset can keep rising in price, then remember the big picture, which is one of rampant money printing inflation. And despite this, there are still those who flog the deflation dead horse. Of course, there is the risk that the central banks lose control of inflation monster that they are busy feeding. That results in economic chaos. So, whilst AI stocks should protect us in such a scenario to some degree, however, when chaos reigns, it will be a question of that which can limit the damage done to our accumulated wealth in real terms. At this point in time, the most probable outcome is stagflation. AI stocks have repeatedly demonstrated themselves to be a robust means of protecting one's wealth in times of uncertainty. One only needs to look at the pandemic for proof of that. Still, it is wise to diversify and not have all of one's eggs in one basket, such as having some exposure to cryptos. Now, don't get carried away because they have their own risks. Maybe 1% in cryptos, which is the extent that I would go to, which I cover extensively in my latest analysis, full spectrum analysis that took me 3 whole weeks to complete. So do check that out by becoming a patron for just $3 per month for full access to all of my analysis and trend forecasts, And this video was an excerpt from my recent extensive analysis that concludes in my latest biotech stock picks with the potential to times 10 over the coming years. 5 more small cap biotech stocks to invest in for 2021 and beyond. That has first been made available to patrons who support my work. So for immediate first access to all of my analysis and forecast, then do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $3 per month. So you get that analysis, and I've got my forthcoming schedule analysis that includes on Bitcoins and a crypto trend forecast and a bear market accumulation strategy that is complete. And after that I'll have more 10x stocks, probably biotech again, which is about 30% complete, and then look at UK house prices, and I'll eventually get around to completing how to get rich, which is actually 70% done. Then further along in my schedule is a look at the US dollar and British pound and gold and silver. So do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $3 per month as we defend ourselves, protect ourselves from the rampant money printing inflation by the central banks. Insane money printing as though it's not going to feed through into wage and price inflation. Big inflation is coming, as I've been flagging for over 6 months, more like a year now. That's why I was saying last year, if you're thinking of buying big ticket items, do it now before the price hikes, which have transpired. You know, I bought a Culture K7 for £340. Current price on Amazon is, was it $565, and similar for lots of other tech items I bought. For instance, the components in my PC that I ordered in January and got delivered in March was £3,100. Current price of the components is over £4,000. Crazy, the inflation is here, and it is accelerating regardless of what the indices say. So protect yourselves by investing in assets that are leveraged to inflation, and AI tech stocks are leveraged to inflation and are about to get discounted. So do subscribe to my YouTube channel for such analysis, and do consider becoming a patron. Crypto mania, forget Dogecoin. Today I'm going to be mining Budgie coin. What you need is a budgie. Just need one budgie to start crypto mining with Budgie coin. Ooh, that's an angry bird. Eh? You're angry today, Mr. Green. So this is how you mine Budgie coin. Get rich, get Dogecoin. Alright, we need to grab that bougie. Yeah, it's a bougie coin, not Budgie coin. Bougie. Come here, bougie. I need you. Hey! What are you trying to bite me for? We need a bougie. Take my bougie coin. There you go. We got a couple of bougies. Which one's more profitable? Green bougie or the blue bougie. Not sure at the moment. I have to check the exchange rate. Definitely the green bougie is more noisy, more aggressive. It's more aggressive to mine with the green bougie. Okay, so let's start mining with the blue bougie, the bougie coin, the blue bougie coin. Once you get one bougie, the others will come.